Now that we know a little bit about material design, it's natural that we implement material design in our application here. Using material design is going to give us a lot of leverage into creating even better applications. So if you notice here, we have our application. It says hello Flutter, so nothing really flattering here. It's very plain and not very pleasant. That's why we're going to be using material design. If you notice at the top here, notice we have this package, Flutter, and it says material.dart. So material is actually already added as the default import into our project here. So that means we can use it. How do we use that? Well, it's just a component. If you think about it, actually, if you think about it, it's also another widget, but we called it a component. Just like a center here, we can enclose the entire application into a wrapper called material. What I mean by that is the following. I can come down here and comment this out. And I'm going to say return because we need to return something. Remember, we're inside of a widget function method here. And I'm going to return a material. And inside of material here, it allows us to pass a few things, just like what we did with center. Well, I'm going to pass a child. The child I can pass here, again, it's going to be text, can be anything, right? In this case, I'm going to just pass a hello Flutter. So essentially the same thing we had before here. Now notice something here. If I save this and go to our app, we still have that problem, which means we have to go back here and do the direction thing. Okay, text direction left to right. If you save, and the moment you do that, you notice that we now have a very nice looking background. So it's white because we said it's enclosed inside of a material component. The material component knows how to structure everything to make it look good, essentially. Okay, the material-like feel. But you notice we have a problem, a little problem, that is that our hello Flutter is right to the top here. The reason why is because we just went straight and added the text to our child. What we could have done, we could actually enclose this text instead of a center. Now there's ways to do this. We can just go ahead and write our center, right, like we did before, and enclose the text. But what we can do also is click on the text, the widget, and then click on this nice bulb there, and we can actually add things to it. Meaning we can wrap with a container, right? If you click like that, notice now that everything is wrapped inside of a container. And I can just go ahead and say center instead like that. Okay, save this. Notice now our hello world is in the middle. So the other way also, let's go back to what we had before. So just text. Let's go back there. And I'm going to come down here. There's different ways you can wrap with Stream Builder, which we haven't talked about. We can even go ahead and wrap with Center Widget. So you can see that these are our widgets that are mainly used because they are part of our selection. So center and padding are the most used ones, right? So if you look like this, and right away go straight to the center. And of course, it's going to be the same what we have before. And if we want to format our code, we just say Control, which is say Command, Alt, Shift, and L. Right? This happens. We want to optimize everything. Just click OK. And everything is optimized. And notice now everything is formatted for us. Now, because we have our material component that we're passing here, we can actually pass a few properties to our material. Right? That's the beauty, because I can also pass the color or shadow color. Let's do for color. So to get a color, just say colors and invoke any color I want. So these are the colors that I can just that are readily available for us. Let's go ahead and use deep orange, for instance. If you save this, go back, notice now the whole application is deep orange, the whole window. What else can I do? Well, the cool thing you can do always is just to start typing. I usually like to start with A. If you type A, it gives us all the things, all the properties we can pass. There's elevations, there's shadow, there's shape. You can actually pass shapes along, animation duration, and so many other things that we're going to be looking at. But you can see here, each component that we add, each object or each widget, really, it has properties we can pass. This is what makes this whole Flutter realm very declarative, because we are declaring what we want to see in the user interface. Now back to our text here, just as we are talking about properties, we can pass many other properties. One of which is the style. So if you say style, then we can pass a text style. Notice the naming here is very important because we talk about text, so there is actually an object called text style we can pass. Text style takes in other properties. For instance, I want to make sure that font weight, I can say font weight, and I can invoke, for instance, I want this to be maybe 500. And next, let's say I want font size, and we can pass here, let's say 23.4, so it has to be double. We can even say font style. I can say font style like this. It's normal and italic. Let's use italic like this. Okay, save this. You notice now it's bolder, bigger, and italic. Very nice. I'll see you next.